Okay, look, I need to talk about something that's been bothering me for a while now, and I'm gonna say it straight, because there's no point beating around the bush. I'm seeing a bunch of people from my generation, folks aged 18 to 30, completely stuck. And when I say stuck, it's not that temporary stuck like, oh, I'm going through a rough patch. It's chronic stuck, like waking up every day, doing the same things, complaining about the same things, and 5 years from now, being in the exact same place. And the worst part is that most people don't even realize they're in it. Charlie Munger had a phrase that really hit me hard. The best way to get what you want is to deserve what you want. When I first heard that, I thought it was kind of too obvious, But then I started thinking, man, how many people do I know who want the results of someone who runs marathons, but live the lifestyle of someone who watches marathons on TV eating Doritos? For me, this phrase from Munger is starting to look like the dividing line between those who move forward and those who keep spinning in the same mud puddle their whole life. The truth is, we want shortcuts for everything, but maturity, results, money, these things don't have Uber, man. Let me tell you what I've been noticing. Young people today are in a giant illusion of movement. Everyone's busy, everyone's running, everyone's doing something, but it's like walking on a treadmill, you get it? You burn a ton of energy, you sweat, you get tired, but look at the ground, you're in the same place. And this happens because we confused activity with progress, always online, always answering messages, always working on something, but at the end of the month, the year, the decade, nothing really changed. I usually think about what Munger talked about when inverting the problem. He said, all I want to know is where I'm going to die, so I never go there. Translating to my YouTuber language, if you want to know how to screw yourself over for good in life, just keep doing exactly what you're doing now. Seriously, look at your day, look at your choices. It's starting to become clear to me that most people are literally building failure brick by brick every single day, thinking they're doing their best. I'll give you some examples of what I'm talking about. There's a guy who makes $2,000 a month, spends $2,100, and thinks the problem is the salary. It's not. The problem is he's playing a game he'll never win. And I'm not saying this to be a jerk. I'm saying it because I was that guy. I was the guy who thought the solution was to earn more, not to spend less, save better, invest right. Charlie Munger really hammered this point. Avoid doing stupid things. Sounds simple, but avoiding stupid things already puts you ahead of 80% of people. And stupid things here aren't just big stuff. It's buying the $200 sneakers when you don't have $200 in your account. It's financing a phone in 12 installments. It's thinking that installments are a solution. You know what scares me? It's that for a lot of people in our generation, accumulating debt became normal, like really normalized. Oh, everyone's in debt. Yeah, and everyone's trapped too. Everyone's waking up Monday morning hating their own life because they need that paycheck to pay bills that were made to buy stuff. They don't even remember what it was anymore. I'm tired of seeing people working at jobs they hate, just to pay off debt from a lifestyle they don't even enjoy anymore. There's another thing Munger said that I think is brilliant. The first million is the hardest. But it's not hard because it's a lot of money, no. It's hard because it requires you to change. It requires discipline, patience, sacrifice, and people don't want to hear that. They want to hear about crypto that's going to explode, about day trading, about miraculous dropshipping. I fell for that myself. I believed there was an easy path. And look, is there a fast path? Sometimes yes, but an easy path that actually works? That's starting to seem like a story from course sellers to me. Here's the thing. Most young people aged 18 to 30 are stuck because they unconsciously chose to be prisoners. Prisoners of appearance, of social validation, of consumption, of comparison. You open Instagram and see everyone traveling, eating at fancy restaurants, wearing designer clothes, and then you think you're missing out. So you spend what you don't have to look like what you're not. And then you work for years to pay for a few seconds of dopamine that weren't even really yours. Munger always said to surround himself with people better than him. You're going in the direction of the people you hang out with. Man, that's brutal when you stop to think about it. Look at your social circle. Are they people who pull you up or down? Are they people who are building something or just complaining about everything? Because in reality, if your 5 closest friends are all broke, without direction, without discipline, welcome to the club. You'll probably be the 6th. And it's not their fault, it's just physics, social gravity. You end up becoming the average of the people you spend time with. Let me talk about something that really bothers me. This culture of living in the now. Look, I get it. Life is short, you gotta enjoy it, blah, blah, blah. But living in the now became an excuse not to plan anything. It became an excuse to spend the whole paycheck on the weekend because you only live once. But then Monday comes, the bill comes, rent comes, and the now gets a lot less fun. For me, living in the now is starting to look like really good marketing to keep you exactly where you are, broke, dependent, and without options. What I learned from Munger and from life is that real freedom comes from giving up temporary freedom. You know that feeling of being able to say no to a shitty boss, of not having to put up with disrespect because you have money saved, of being able to travel when you want, not when they let you. That's freedom. But to get there, you need to say no today. No to partying every week, no to new clothes every month, no to delivery every day. It's a trade-off, and most people aren't willing to make it. There's another point I think is essential: lack of financial education. And look, it's not people's fault. Nobody teaches this in school. Nobody sits with you and explains what compound interest is, what investing is, what building wealth is. We learn about mitochondria, but we don't learn not to screw ourselves over with credit cards. It's like intentional, you know? The system wants consumers, not investors. It wants people who make installments, not people who save. Charlie Munger had an insight about this. You don't have to be brilliant, just a little wiser than the others, for a long period of time. When I heard that, I thought, damn, that's really it. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to become a millionaire overnight. You don't have to win the lottery. You just have to be consistent. You just have to make decisions 10% better than average and do that every day for years. For me today, this idea of consistency is starting to be worth more than any miraculous productivity hack or quick enrichment opportunity. But the reality, people can't stand being mediocre for 2 months to be extraordinary in 2 years. Everyone wants instant results, and I get it because I'm like that too. We were raised in the era of the click, the swipe, the immediate result. Ordered food arrives in 30 minutes. Want to watch a movie? It's there right now. Want to buy something? 2 clicks and it arrives tomorrow. But building a life, building a career, building wealth, that doesn't have express delivery. And our generation wasn't prepared to deal with this. You know what intrigues me most? The amount of smart people who are completely lost, like guys with college degrees, with high IQs, with giant potential, but living on autopilot. Wake up, work, Netflix, sleep, repeat. And in the middle of all this, zero reflection, zero pause to ask, wait, is this really what I want? Is this where I'm going? We're so busy living that we forgot to think about life. Munger always talked about the importance of reading, of learning continuously. He said, in my whole life, I have not known anyone wise who didn't read all the time. And look, I know it sounds like Instagram coach talk, but man, when was the last time you read a book? A real book, not a 280 character post. When was the last time you sat down and studied something new, something difficult, something that forced you to think? Because I'm noticing that people are consuming content all the time, but they're not learning anything. They watch 15-second videos, thinking they're getting informed, but it's just entertainment disguised as knowledge. And there's another crucial point here: fear of investing in yourself. People think it's expensive to pay $500 for a course that could change their career, but they don't think it's expensive to spend $500 on a weekend they'll forget by Tuesday. They don't think it's expensive to spend $100 a month on streaming they barely watch. but they think it's absurd to pay $50 for a book that could change their mindset. For me, this is starting to make less and less sense. The best investment you can make is in yourself, always, because everything can be taken from you except what you know, what you learned, the skills you developed. Now, I'm going to talk about something that might sound a bit heavy, but it needs to be said. Most people in our generation are outsourcing their own lives. They outsourced thinking to TikTok's algorithm to decide what to watch. They outsourced financial decisions to the bank manager who wants to push bad investments. They outsourced health to fast food delivery. They outsourced the future to the government, to the boss, to luck. And then, when it goes wrong, it's the system's fault, the economy's fault, capitalism's fault, the universe's fault. It's never personal responsibility. Charlie Munger had a pretty harsh view on this. He said, "Sit and wait." Sounds simple, but it's revolutionary. In our generation of constant anxiety, of FOMO, of "I need to do something now," the idea of simply sitting, thinking, waiting for the right moment, that became a superpower. People are always reacting, never truly acting. Always chasing the next hype, the next wave, the next opportunity everyone's talking about. And in the end, they lose because they got in late, got out early, or simply didn't understand what they were getting into. There's something I've been reflecting on a lot. The difference between being busy and being productive. I know people who work 12 hours a day and go nowhere, and I know people who work 4 hours and build empires. The difference? Focus, strategy, doing the right thing, not just doing things. Munger always hammered the point of avoiding the wrong things instead of trying to get all the right ones right. For me, that means cut the distractions, cut the people who drain energy, cut the projects that lead nowhere, and focus, really focus, on the few things that actually matter. And look, I know all this might seem kind of depressing, like, damn, so everything's lost. No, far from it. The thing is, there's a way out. But the way out requires you to accept some uncomfortable truths first. Accept that you're in control. Accept that the choices you've made until today brought you here. And accept that the choices you make from here forward will take you to where you'll be 5 years from now. I'll give you some practical paths I've been trying to follow based on all this Munger philosophy and my own experience. First, live below your means. Seriously. If you make $3,000, live like you make $2,000. Save the difference, invest the difference, build a margin of safety, because when you have money saved, you have options. And options are freedom. Without money saved, you're a slave to any boss, any situation, any emergency. Second, invest in learning things that generate value. It doesn't have to be programming or fluent English, although it helps a lot. It can be sales, it can be communication, it can be solving specific problems that people pay to solve. The point is, you need to be good at something the market values. Passion is cool, but passion that nobody pays for doesn't pay bills. Third, surround yourself with people who are going where you want to go. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to be around entrepreneurs. If you want to invest, you need to be around investors. Mentorship, networking, community. This isn't coach talk. It's real. You learn more in 6 months near someone who's already done it than in 6 years trying alone. Fourth, stop looking for shortcuts. Shortcuts are lottery, scams, illusions. The path is long, it's boring, it's repetitive. It's waking up every day and doing the basics well. It's having discipline when you don't have willpower. It's continuing when it's hard. Munger built his fortune in his 90s. He didn't get rich overnight. He got rich because he was patient, consistent, and intelligent for decades. Fifth, question everything society sold you as success. Own home, brand new car, marriage at 25, kids at 30. Really? For me today, a lot of what they sell as achievement is starting to look like a trap. Not that it's wrong to have these things, But is it the right time? Are you doing it because you want to, or because it's what you do? Because there are people drowning in 30-year debt to have a house they barely use, a car that only serves to sit in traffic, and a life that looks beautiful on the outside but is empty inside. Look, I don't have all the answers. Far from it. I'm learning, making mistakes, adjusting. But one thing I'm sure of, people from our generation who are stuck aren't stuck for lack of opportunity. They're stuck because of excess distraction, lack of focus, and bad choices repeated every single day. And the good news? If it's a choice, it can be changed. Charlie Munger spent his life studying mistakes, mistakes of companies, of investors, of people. And he said, "Show me where I'm going to die so I never go there." So I ask you, where are you dying now? What habit, what person, what belief is killing your future little by little? Identify that and stop going there. Because at the end of the day, the difference between those who move forward and those who stay stuck isn't talent, isn't luck, isn't IQ. It's decision, it's commitment. It's the courage to look in the mirror and say, I can do better, and I will do it. And then do it every day, even when you don't feel like it. Even when nobody's watching, even when it seems like it's not working. The reality is that life doesn't have a replay. There's no save point to go back to. And the more time you spend doing the same things, expecting different results, the more time you waste. So stop, breathe, think, and start moving for real, with intention, with direction, with purpose. Because if there's something I learned from Munger and from the falls I've taken, it's this: you can have the life you want, but you need to be willing to pay the price. And the price isn't money, it's discipline, it's sacrifice, it's patience. It's giving up what makes you comfortable now to have what makes you free later. And so, is it worth it? For me, it's starting to be worth it more and more.